that have been really challenging.
Like, we could take a college test. It's an easy day. Easy peasy.
I wouldn't say that. Alright, so today we're going to be talking about adding and subtracting polynomials. Now, what does the word poly mean?
More than two.
A lot, right? Multi. And a nomial is a number, is a term. And we've been talking about terms since around September. And remember, terms are separated by a plus or minus sign. So is x plus 3 separated by a plus or minus sign?
Plus.
Awesome. So how many terms are there? Two. And that's a binomial. Crazy. We have two learning targets today. The first one is our unit learning target, which is what our goal is by the end of this unit. And we are starting a new unit today, so I want you to write unit learning target. This leads us up to my very favorite unit in the whole Algebra 1. We're getting close to factoring, finally. Alright, so our unit learning target says I can use my exponent rules. So we still have to use our booklet for like the next 2 months to add, subtract, and multiply. Okay, Blair. Multiply polynomials.
Okay, man. Whoa. Your name sounds like that.
Nothing gets past you. Nothing. You're on my nerves. Last one. Last one. Like I'm going to have to move you right here soon.
Whoa.
So that's our unit. That's what we're going to be able to do by the end. Today, we are going to be able to add and subtract polynomials. I can add, Blair, come on. I can add and subtract polynomials. Come here. Right here. Come on. Right here. Come on.
Come over here by me.
Right here.
You know how nasty it is.
You need some hand sanitizer?
Yes. I don't know what he has.
So a polynomial is more than one term. And we have four types of polynomials. We have a monomial. What does mono mean?
One.
Okay, so that's one term. We have a binomial. What does bi mean? So that's two terms. We have a trinomial. What does tri mean? So that's three terms. And a polynomial is more than three. It's super easy.
More than three? I thought it was more than two.
More than three. Trinomial is three. Do you need some paper?
No, I have to.
Well, maybe you should write this stuff down. The rest of us are doing. Alright, so we're going to start with our first flappy. What are polynomials? And beside it, write a squiggy. Now, when you are determining what kind of polynomial it is, you have to see how many terms you have. And what did we say terms are separated by?
4 years.
Take a, no. Addition and subtraction sign. Take a point. Not multiplication. We can go over today. Because multiplication is one term. So 4x, 4 times x is one term. 4 plus x is 2. So let's write that. Terms are separated by a plus or minus.
knife.
You need to write that on here.
Ask some glue.
Derek cut mine a few times.
Sit. You have glue right there.
None of them.
There's 2 glue sticks. I'm sorry.
Like they don't have any.
Sorry. Alright, so please open this foldable. Are we ready?
No.
Wait.
What's the homework gonna be?
Plus or minus?
Okay, what's the homework gonna
Separated?
be? What's the homework gonna be?
Terms are separated by a plus or minus.
What's the homework gonna be tonight?
To not get on my nerves.
That's my homework? Are you sure you want me to do that? I could just take you off them also. Just like,
I
you're
know.
fine.
Stop.
So, what's the homework for tonight? Blair. Miss Blair. So I can do it. And bring my
Terms are
I'm trying to be
separated by
proactive here. You're not helping. Sorry, what are you saying?
Alright, open the flappy. So we are going to write some examples of our polynomials. How many terms does a monomial have? One term. If you said 1, give your team a point.
0, you said 2, don't give us a point.
Alright, who can give me an example of 1 term?
Nobody.
A. Number 2.
Numero dos.
I don't know what you're saying. Yes.
Good job.
Is that what you were trying to say? We're going to pretend you were trying to say that. Take a point.
That was
Are you worried about it? You
favoritism
shouldn't.
summed up.
But I'm worried about
Can you give me another example?
3x.
Look at you go. Take a point.
5, 8, 6, 7, 8, 12,
245,770,000.
You could also say b divided by 5. That's 1 term. So
Oh.
multiplication and division make 1
That's not even
term.
math on this. See? What's the homework gonna be, Jessica? What's that freaking do? Just give it to me.
Also, x squared is 1 term. We may not have homework if you hush.
Oh, that's so.
Really?
No, no, can you give me homework? Just me.
Maybe.
Yeah, I need homework.
I need homework.
Alright, so if a monomial has 1 term,
So
how many
I'm
terms
grand.
does a binomial have? 2 terms. If you said
I don't
2,
wanna
give
pull
your
that.
team a point.
I need homework. I don't want homework, but I need it.
Alright, so what is an example of 2 terms?
3x plus 4x equals blank.
No.
Oh.
Like 23.
X plus x. 1x plus
Of
1x.
course.
2 plus 2?
It is 1x plus 1x.
That's it.
Right. 1x is a term, right? Is
So
1x
x
a
plus
term?
4 is 2.
Is 1x
Now,
a term?
if you have-
Is 1x a term?
If you have x plus x, right? You can combine those and that becomes 2x.
But, okay.
So for it to be a binomial, they cannot have the same exponent. So we could say x squared plus 2x. Those don't have the same exponent, so it's 2 terms. Yes.
What are you
What
What is
You're
this?
slowly beginning to crawl your way into not making sense.
What is this?
Because you just,
Oh
I
my
said,
God. Pay attention. Stop.
why would 1x plus 1x? Or 1x plus 2x and 1 is little.
I just explained that.
I heard you, but it didn't make sense.
So these have the same variable and the same exponent. Therefore, you can combine them and that becomes 3x. So it's 1 term. So for it to be 2 separate terms, it has to have different exponents.
How do you write binomial?
Oh, okay. X divided by 5 plus 4. That's a binomial.
Albino.
Albino.
A squared plus B squared. That's a binomial. Those are 2 terms.
It's missing when we get to poly.
Alright, so how many terms does a trinomial have?
3.
If you said 3, give your team a point.
Hey, I said 3.
You said nothing.
I know.
Alright, so who thinks they can start us off? We need 3 terms, so we need either a plus, minus, and something else. Parker, I'm so sorry that we're boring you. You think you can keep your eyes open long enough to stay with us? Okay.
So you had to close your eyes?
4x
Plus 7
minus
something. Minus 2. What? That's 3.
4x plus 7 minus 3y to the second power.
Look at you go.
Hey, John, why don't you leave?
4x plus 7 minus 3y squared. Take a point for your team.
Sit down before you lose 6 points.
Y'all get a point. You could also say x squared plus x minus 1. You could say 5x squared minus x minus 3. Look at us go. That's it. That's
How is that wrong?
because you had 7 minus 2 and you can combine those.
Please.
So for it to be a trinomial or binomial, you cannot combine anything. So we can't combine.
One X.
No, we cannot combine these. These are not like terms.
Neither is 7 and 2.
7 and 2, yeah, they are. Alright, so a polynomial is greater than 3.
Can I give a polynomial?
Can I have
Can I give you a polynomial?
5 terms?
Yeah.
May I give you a polynomial?
Wait, why are we asking for work? Did we get bonus points?
I'm asking for it because I'm failing your class.
Oh.
In all honesty,
And you know how difficult it is to fail my class. Alright, so a polynomial would be 7x cubed minus 4x squared plus 3x plus 2.
minus 3 million.
Because it was big.
Wait, is
Because it was back.
I don't know what you said.
I heard Allison.
7x, it's greater than 3.
Ah.
Greater than 3.
You're greater than 3.
7x cubed minus 4x squared plus 3x plus 2.
Why do we have multiple die?
Because I like to party.
So most of these, like,
I'm sorry?
we're not in this equation.
I'm making these up in my brain.
Yes.
Put that down.
This is where you.
And a non-example could be this. What is that?
That's an ex.
It's a 4X. It is a 4.
It's a non-example.
What is this?
It's a 4 with an X to the right of it.
Slightly up.
What did we do yesterday?
Oh, exponential function.
Look at you go. Take a point.
I told you to say it.
This is also not a function.
You're.
Right. It's not a polynomial. Sorry, not a function. It's also not a function, but we're not there yet. So
Oh, it will be.
it is.
No, it's a 49.
Which is actually 7 squared.
Alright, so now we have talked about the different types of polynomials. Now we're going to talk about what a degree is and a leading coefficient. Now, what is a degree in general, like in the real world?
It's like
49 degrees. It could be a temperature, an angle,
It can go drop.
a master's degree, a temperature, an angle, a master's degree, a job, a temperature,
Stop.
job, temperature, angle, job, temperature, angle, job, temperature, angle.
Alright, so what does this say? And what is the degree? Is the degree 10 or is it this thing right here?
It's the middle O.
A master's degree takes 8 years.
So, no it doesn't.
4.
So, no it doesn't.
6.
A is not.
6.
2. 2.
12.
A master's degree not 2.
12.
I have a master's, honey.
How much years did it take?
If you do that again, it's minus 5. Alright, so when you find a degree, it is the biggest exponent of a polynomial.
No.
So the degree is the biggest
Who's writing this down?
exponent.
Wait, let me title this. Notes. Shut up.
Wait, that says degree what?
It's biggest exponent.
Biggest exponent. I'm saying what we write.
If you pay attention and you can write it while she's talking, you don't have to look at the board.
Stop. Alright, so what does the words leading coefficient make you think
It's
of?
mind blowing.
The highest number.
We have approximately
Close.
about 10 minutes left.
So if I wrote x squared plus 9x cubed, what's our leading coefficient?
9.
Why?
Because it's the biggest number.
Okay, what if I said
Why?
15x squared plus 45, let's do 45 plus 15, x cubed.
Ah.
What would our leading coefficient be here?
Those could be 45.
It's 15, because it's always part of the biggest exponent.
Well, you didn't get it. though.
So I know that's what we're learning.
Stop trying to trick us in.
Your leading coefficient, or your LC,
Elsa.
is the number out front with the big exponent. I have to tell you one more time. Understand me? LC, number out front with big exponent.